is broken is what God blesses. The lover's footprint in the sand, the 10-year-old kid's bare feet, in the mud picking chili for growers. Not those seeking cultural or ethnic roots, but those whose roots have been exposed and hacked, dug up and burned. And in those roots do the animals burrow for warmth when it's cold. What is broken is blessed, I'm telling you.
I had met this guitar player. He was a songwriter, and we were playing music on the prison yard. And we were talking, and he was telling me about different books to check out. He said, haven't you heard of Jimmy Santiago Baca, you know, the prisoner's poet? I remember reading Jimmy's poetry, and it inspired me in a lot of ways. He taught himself to read, he taught himself to write. He's writing these beautiful poems. And so that in and of itself gave me motivation and the thought that if this guy could get through this, I can get through it. So it was consoling, it was inspiring, and it gave me hope, and it gave me motivation. So actually getting to meet Jimmy was like serendipitous and magical, and getting to work with him is a dream come true, really.
On the dust will again be the people's broken footprints. I'm telling you that what is broken, God blesses. Not the perfectly brick-on-brick prison that you see from a distance, but the shattered wall that announces freedom to the world, proclaims the irascible spirit of the human being for freedom, rebelling against betrayal and lies, against taking what's not deserved. The human complaint, I'm telling you, is what God blesses. So I came out here to visit a friend. And one thing led to another thing, and I was working with David Gonzalez on a project, and he said he mentioned some musician who I had just seen in New York, Chris, a violin player from Asheville.
There's a circle, and our stories are somehow connected in this circle. And so I think it's really our energy and our spirit that is kind of coming together, and that's what makes this special. Whether or not a specific note or a specific rhythm that I play, I think is less important. What I think is important is that there's an energy that we both share in the process, in the creation, and in the performance. And I think that really comes across.
I used to walk the yard and hear musicians playing, their music infusing humanity into the void of distrust. I met a singer with a guitar named William. He wrote songs. I'd put violin to his songs, and the convicts would gather around on the yard. A concert. A brief moment of lightness. William said, "Have you ever read the poetry of Jimmy Santiago Baca?" And that night, I read Jimmy's poetry and cried for the first time in a long time. I took inspiration from everything he had been through and everything he had created in spite of it.
I was thinking that, man, there's so few stories about convicts going back home in one piece. I mean, we all come out damaged, every one of us. We all come out and do drugs. We all come out, don't know how to sit at a table and eat with a family. We all come out and don't know how to go to sleep at night. There's so much damage done to us. So how do you view that? And I thought, well, maybe redemption does play a part in that. I am offering this poem. I am offering this poem to you since I have nothing else to give. Keep it like a warm coat when winter comes to cover you, or like a pair of thick socks the cold cannot bite through. I love you. I have nothing else to give you. So it is a pot full of yellow corn to warm your belly in winter. It's a scarf for your head to wear over your hair and tie up around that face of yours. I love you. Keep it. Treasure this as you would if you were lost, needing direction. In the wilderness life becomes when mature. Tucked away like a cabin in the dense trees. You come knocking and I will answer. I will give you directions and let you warm yourself by this fire. I'll let you rest by this fire. And I will gonna make you feel safe because I love you. It's all I got to give. And all anyone needs to live and to go on living inside you. When the world outside no longer cares if you live or die, remember, 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 I love you. I love you. I love you.
I think that there are a lot of young people at risk that could hear the message or the messages from this piece and they could be inspired to make a better choice. So we want to offer a positive counter narrative to young people who are at risk so that they're going to make better choices for themselves. Also, there's another very important audience, which is people who have been convicted, people who might be locked up currently. I want them to see that you can come back from a difficult thing. I think a lot of people can resonate with this message, to see Jimmy, what he's overcome, and to see, how far I've come.
It was amazing that I was blessed to have this thing called poetry. And what it was able to give me is responsible for me sitting here doing this interview with you. It's a testament and it's a social contribution to your own authenticity. I mean, it's the only place you can be authentic without compromising yourself. You can go up there and make a fool out of yourself and people will love you because you're authentic. But I always have been told, stop it up. Hold my breath back, keep my mouth shut so as not to cry. Man, I cry. And it's a lie that I don't. I embrace my brother and I pray shoulder to shoulder. I kneel and I kiss the earth and I cry. If only I could cry. If only I could cry. If only.
I'm committed to this project because I think we can really make a big impact on people through it. I think that we can influence how people think about prison. I think we can influence policy. I think we can help heal some of the divide that happens. It's the similarities that we have in the sense that we're connected in this circle that is going to really make a huge impact on the audiences, I believe. Because my music is really a reflection of my story, my art. And Jimmy's poetry is a reflection of his. So this entwining of the music and the poetry together, it reflects that entwining of our stories. And in a way, it reflects the entwining of all of our human stories.
A prayer to the Lord, a language made of whimpers and sniffles and sobs. Cry.